Shalom. Hello, friends. So, happy second day of the week. I pray you had a restful Shabbat. Today, I want to talk about what is next. What is the next practical tool that you need for your toolkit? And I'm studying right now, the past few days, the process that a Natsarim went through. I think it's the book of Numbers. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, you know, the whole process it took to set themselves apart for Yahuwah. And, you know, it was commands that they must do to loose themselves, set themselves apart for him. And as I was studying this, I began to notice that the things that Yah put in place for us, you know, all the way back to Bereshit, Genesis. He did those things for reasons. They were for our benefit, right? After the fall. But so much gets so distorted that we end up, you know, being tricked and being misled into a false religion or a false doctrine and such, you know. Whereas, especially like I think it was the late 70s, early 80s, there were many like communes that, you know, the Jesus People movement, Children of God, all that crazy stuff that happened where I believe initially, like as a woman, that the women of those groups, maybe if we're just looking to go deeper with Yah at first, and I'm talking like way at first, right? That they were looking to just go deeper with him. And what happened was they were tricked, or that the enemy began to use, I don't know, just the manipulation, the trickery, the false doctrine, and all of that. So when I say that that I'm studying the deeper things that are in the Word and trying to offer practical tools, because we are living in tribulation times, and maybe we're not pulled out in the street, threatened to be beheaded today, you know. Nevertheless, we are in hostile territory because of the state of our country and the Great Divide. And it's hostile. It really is. So it's not necessarily to talk about the last days or to give you, you know, things to do to be a better Natsarim. Like I said, the steps to take to become, the process of separating yourself and the cleansing and the mikvah and all that is not necessarily what I'm here to talk about. These little videos are just, you know, practical, simple things to think about, to meditate on, and to seek Abba for the deeper meaning, to seek him and ask him questions, you know, create a dialogue with our Abba Daddy so that we're not going to get deceived or lost or, you know, fall into the trap that Hasatan might set for us. So today's practical tip for a Natsarim's toolkit for tribulation is sound mind. Do not let your faith be moved. Okay? Do not just take somebody's word, like my word. Don't take my word. Go look it up. Do your research. If you have a question, look into the word. Pray about it. Seek Abba Yahuwah on the matter. But never, just go on what someone else says, especially now, because we are in a day and age very similar to when the early Hebrews, they didn't have Bibles. Not everyone was allowed to touch the scriptures, but so they had to listen to teachers and prophets to glean wisdom and understanding of the deeper things. So you do have the tools and the resources to do the homework. But in the process of doing that, you also you can't operate out of extremities. You can't go all the way up and all the way down, or be lukewarm, or wishy-washy, or indecisive. That is a huge problem today, is indecisiveness. Young people don't know how to make decisions. They truly do not. I worked in a restaurant, and people had to choose chicken or beef for their taco. Older people, just fine, knew exactly what they wanted. Young people, oh my goodness, don't ask them to make a decision. Chicken or beef, hello? They couldn't do it. Could not do it. They waited for me to tell them, okay? And so I'm just saying that today, actually, let me finish filming this. That today, you need to have sound mind. Abba commands us to have a sound mind in all we do. And pray without ceasing, okay? Sound mind, pray without ceasing, and do your homework. I did more than one today, but it all ties together. As things get darker and darker and darker, it is extremely important to remain calm. And I just want to touch on an example. So everyone on YouTube land was kind of in a hoopla over this 3 days of darkness bit, right? Well, it's not that it didn't happen, all right? And it's not that I don't believe it. I do, absolutely. But I also think partly it was a test to see where we put our trust. Did we put our trust in the Most High? Did we put our trust in man? Were we able to continue on in sound mind? Or were we, those of us who were listening to those things, did we operate from a place of fear? That's a big deal to think about. And I'm about to drop my coffee. So I think kind of it was a test for everyone. Now, I absolutely believe it to be true, but it's never in our time, and it's not our job to predict it. It's Abba's choosing. And you also have to think about, was it a spiritual darkness that he was talking about? Where everybody suddenly found themselves in a state of darkness, as in mentally, spiritually, etc., where they had to sit, wait, pray, and meditate. Which one was it? So I don't know, but I'm saying it was a test, and that was a good test to see if you operate from a place of sound mind, if you operate from a place of integrity and wisdom, or did you just go with the flow of what everyone else was saying and doing? And I'm guilty. I'm not afraid to admit it. But anywho, that is my tips for you today, is that just remember, sound mind, put your trust in Yah, and when the SHF happens, whenever, be the person who says, my God can do anything. My Yahuwah Elohim can do anything. He will deliver me. Okay? All right, so I pray that you enjoyed my little walk. I pray that you have a beautifully blessed, prosperous day. And I will see you next time. If you want, if you feel led to, please share, like, subscribe, hit the bell, because people are not getting my notifications. And my little baby channel, which is not mine, it belongs to Yahuwah. Thank you. I love you. I'm praying for you. And have a glorious day. Shalom.